When you think about hip-hop, very few names resonate across the world like Eminem. Rising from the streets of Detroit with nothing but raw talent, relentless determination, and a story that connected with millions, Eminem defied all odds and became one of the greatest rappers of all time. His journey wasn't easy, filled with pain, struggle, and controversy, but it was his authenticity and his ability to pour his life into music that made him stand out. This is the story of Eminem, the kid from Detroit who turned his hardships into greatness. Marshall Mathers, better known as Eminem, was born on October 17, 1972 in St. Joseph, Missouri, before moving to Detroit, Michigan. His childhood was marked by instability, poverty, and constant movement. Raised primarily by his mother, Debbie Mathers, Eminem and his family lived in tough neighborhoods where violence, drugs, and crime were part of his daily life. His father abandoned the family when Marshall was just a baby, leaving his mother to raise him alone. Eminem has often described his upbringing as troubled, living in poor conditions, including a period where he stayed in a trailer park, which later became symbolic of his story. As a child, Eminem faced bullying, abuse, and academic struggles. He was often an outcast, bouncing between schools and struggled to fit in. But one thing he held on to was his love for storytelling and rhyming. Before rap, his first passion was comic books and drawing. He even dreamed of being a comic book artist at one point. Eventually, hip-hop entered his world when he discovered artists like LL Cool J, Run DMC, Ice-T, and later Rakim. Eminem became fascinated by the art of rhyming and wordplay, spending countless hours memorizing lyrics and practicing his own raps. Early hustles and jobs before music took over his life. Eminem worked odd jobs to survive. He washed dishes at restaurants and worked in factories. Anything he could find to help make ends meet, but it was clear that his true escape was writing and rapping. His childhood friend, Proof, played a huge role in introducing him to Detroit's underground rap scene, where freestyle battles gave Eminem a chance to showcase his skill. Despite being one of the few white rappers in the scene, his unmatched wordplay and lyrical ability quickly earned respect. Eminem has openly spoken about the impact Tupac Shakur had on him. He once said that Tupac's music was a source of motivation and healing during his darkest times. When Tupac was killed in 1996, Eminem was still struggling in Detroit, a father trying to provide for his daughter Haley while chasing a rap dream that seemed impossible. Tupac's death left a huge mark on him, showing him the power of emotional honesty in music, something that would later define Eminem's own style. Eminem began recording music and dropping mixtapes under the name Eminem, which he later stylized into Eminem. His first independent album, Infinite, failed commercially but gave him valuable experience. What truly put him on the radar was his Slim Shady EP released in 1997. The aggressive, unfiltered alter ego of Slim Shady gave Eminem a way to vent his anger and frustrations. Tracks like Just Don't Give a Fuck caught attention, and the project eventually made its way into the hands of Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre heard Eminem's tape and was blown away. Despite initial doubts from others in the industry about signing a white rapper, Dre knew Eminem was special. Their meeting marked the start of one of the most successful partnerships in music history. Dre signed Eminem to Aftermath Entertainment, and together they released the Slim Shady LP in 1999. The album was an instant success, featuring hits like My Name Is and earning Eminem his first Grammy. Following the Slim Shady LP, Eminem's career skyrocketed with the Marshall Mathers LP, one of the fastest selling albums in rap history. With songs like Stan, The Real Slim Shady, and The Way I Am, he became a cultural phenomenon. But fame came with controversy. His lyrics were often criticized for being violent, offensive, and politically incorrect. He was sued multiple times and faced protests, but the backlash only fueled his fame. Eminem was unapologetic, using controversy to his advantage. Eminem didn't just stop at his own career. In 2002, he helped launch 50 Cent's career after discovering him through a mixtape, signing him to Shady Records. Eminem and Dr. Dre co-produced 50's debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying. which became one of the most successful rap albums ever. Together, they built an empire, cementing Eminem's place not just as an artist, but also as a powerful figure in the music industry. Eminem also found himself in industry beefs, including tension with Suge Knight and Death Row Records. His allegiance with Dr. Dre naturally placed him at odds with Suge, who saw Eminem as a part of Dre's camp. While Eminem never directly engaged in a violent feud with Suge, he did throw subliminal shots in his music, further igniting the rivalry between Aftermath, Shady, and Death Row. Throughout his career, Eminem dropped classic albums, including The Eminem Show, Encore Recovery, and the Marshall Mathers LP2. Songs like Lose Yourself, Not Afraid, and Love the Way You Lie solidified the mainstream success. He also won the Academy Award for Lose Yourself, featured in the semi-autobiographical movie 8 Mile. The film gave fans a closer look into his struggles and rise from Detroit's underground battle rap scene. Despite battles with drug addiction, rehab, and the temporary haters, Eminem returned stronger and continued to dominate charts. Eminem's story is one of resilience, controversy, and greatness. From a kid in Detroit living in poverty to one of the best-selling artists of all time, he proved that no matter where you come from, talent and hard work can break down barriers. He gave a voice to the voiceless, spoke on struggles that many could relate to, and built a legacy as one of hip-hop's greatest lyricists. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Eminem changed rap forever, and his story will continue to inspire generations to come.